next storyteller, Abnash Kaur is going to take you on a very personal journey from loss through survival and the flourishing of family and community. So please welcome to our Story Cafe stage, Abnash Kaur.
Well, happy birthday, Coquitlam. My name, well, they asked to name anyway. I will repeat my name again. Abnash Kaur. Can we pull this up? I'm good. My husband moved to Canada in January 1973. My children and I came in May 1973. December 28, 1973 was our wedding anniversary. My husband woke me up and told me, be ready by 11 and we will go out. I said, okay. That morning, the same morning, police came and said he had an accident and he passed away. I moved to Coquitlam in 1975. I bought a house on Hillcrest near Mundy Park. It was close to all the amenities and the bus route as well. I lived in that house for 8 years. Now it tells you how I make my living in Coquitlam. I delivered newspapers early in the morning with my 10-year-old son and left my 4-year-old son sleeping at home. Eventually, I found a job, rented out my basement suite. The woman in the basement suite looked after my younger son. One day I came home to find my son was playing alone in the carport. I asked my son, where is your sister? He said, Mom, she had to go out. But my brother came home from school and he made me a grilled cheese sandwich and I played with my cards. I don't need a babysitter, Mom. I really don't. I will be okay. That evening, I needed a babysitter. I need to find a babysitter right away. I have seen an Indo-Canadian woman working in her yard. I pulled my guts together and knocked on her door. And I was thankful. She said she agreed that she will do it for a few days. Next day, my older son asked his schoolmates, mothers, if somebody could look after his brother. Thank God someone said yes. I worked weekends so my older son could look after my younger one over the weekends. So I would needed a babysitter only for 3 days. I learned to drive. Eventually, I bought a car. I sold my house. I lived in that house 8 years, then I sold my house. Bought a lot at the Riverview Heights. We camped in the house during the building houses. I bought a griddle. We would buy groceries every day as we didn't have the fridge or the stove. I kept my job as well and keep on building houses. I made good living building and selling houses. I could do all this because I was living in Canada. City Hall was very helpful. They would not pass the house till everything was done the way it's supposed to be. I myself painted, put flooring, leveled the yard, and did all small jobs. The very last house I built, the carpenter gave me a very hard time. Water gathered in the middle of the sun deck, and he asked me to pay him more to fix that problem. I said, it is a part of your job. He said, if you don't pay me extra, I will saw your house into pieces. I was very frightened, moved away from him and I said, go ahead. But actually he didn't know how to fix that problem. Then I gave him an idea. Make a hole in the middle where the water is gathering and put a pipe and connect that pipe with the gutter. That should do it. Next day he came and just did that. God is wonderful. When he closes one door, he opens another. I had a car accident, so UI gave me a test and checking out what I was capable of doing. They said I could be a counselor or run some kind of a group. Burnby Multicultural Society needed a leader for a women group. I got hired. I organized a drama with that Burnby Multicultural Society, a sister stranger, just like us. We are all from different countries, but Canadian problem, we have the same problems. That's what the drama was all about. Sister, we are sister, the same problem, similar problem, but strangers because we are from different countries. I organized a Punjabi women group in Coquitlam as well. We did a fundraiser. I ran both groups for a year. From that group, it came out of Punjabi, Dadi's Punjabi teaching class and enchanting group. Taking care of 2 grandchildren. Now my children have the children now. Taking care of 2 grandchildren, I found it very difficult to manage those groups, so I stopped. So I found a job with school board as a noon hour supervisor. Daycare came to me from my grandchildren's school. When they grew up, my before and after daycare ended as well. Then people asked me if I could pick up their children and drop them off at their grandparents' house. I thought about keeping our community healthy. Then I decided to run a yoga class at Gurdwara, meaning 6 temples. It turned out to be beautiful multicultural yoga classes and is still running. John Coffey asked me to join Women Help Others group. I'm learning a lot from them, but I feel I teach them as well. I have joined a Life Writers group. I told them my English is not that great. But Irene Turnbull offered to help me. I was also a part of a book called Coquitlam Then and Now. That is the history book of Coquitlam. I worked on the South Asian families of Fraser Mills. These were the stories from Fraser Mills. I participate in that. I have written 4 books for the children in Punjabi, and I wrote and direct a documentary film, Lullabies and Kids Games. I have been volunteering at the Farmers Market, Kids Art and Craft Corner. In 2015, I started telling stories in the public libraries. I participate in a Lower Mainland Punjabi Women's Beauty Contest for Miss, Mrs. and Grand Mrs. I took a first prize as a Grand Mrs. and won a trip to India. I took part in a play where I was a grandmother. Mr. Khurewal's rediscovery of World War I opened my eyes. I laid a wreath in Coquitlam to honor the Sikhs who have served World War I and to honor those who sacrificed their lives. I wanted a deeper connection to the place where I have raised my children and grandchildren. I wanted to be a part of Groundswell to teach local residents about the Indians' World War efforts. It makes me feel that I have a stronger connection to Canada. I want my children and grandchildren to learn, to belong, and take pride to their heritage they have. Yes, Yes, I was served a lemon when I came to Canada. Yes, I was served a lemon when I came to Canada, but I've been able to make a very tasty lemonade. We Sikhs believe heaven and hell is right here in this life on this earth. We Sikhs believe heaven and hell is right here in this life on this earth. People living in Canada definitely living in heaven. People living in Canada definitely living in heaven. Thank you, Canada. Happy birthday, Coquitlam. Thank you very much for listening to my story.